Welcome to the Just Zander podcast. I'm your host, Zander Gray, and this is episode 16. I don't know if you can tell from the video, but there's a little, but there's a scar on my face, and I'll get to that here pretty soon. But suffice it to say, it has been a very eventful couple of days. If you could see from the title, and that's the title's. It's real. Okay, so let's just start. On July 4th, July 4th, I was planning on heading over to a shooting range, a firing range, out in Elma. So it's all the way out there in Washington State. And I didn't know where it was, so I was going to my friend's house, and then we would ride together, and we were gonna, film some stuff for just video stuff, for not like a vlog, but more for just like a fun video, just to film some stuff and then also shoot our guns. And yes, I am a responsible gun owner. So yeah, we went out there, but before then I went to my friend's house and was waiting for him because we were all going to ride in his car. So while waiting, he had a long night the night before. And so I was, I knocked on the door, his son answered, and like, okay, hold on, let me get my dad. And so I waited outside. He came out. His brother showed up too, because his brother was supposed to come with us as well. And so, we cleaned out the car, put our gear together or whatever, camera gear and some firearms. And so I was like, I'm giving you a play-by-play of what's going on. So if you hadn't noticed, but so I decided to like, hey, before we go, can I just use the restroom real quick? I was like, oh, okay. So I went inside and I saw a small dog, and I think he was a pit mix. So I let him smell me and then smell me and pet him a little bit. I was like, okay. So I went to the bathroom, did my thing, came back out, and then there was another dog, a bigger dog. And I was like, oh, hi. And here's the thing. I absolutely love dogs. I love all animals. I love dogs, especially I have two of my own. So anyway, let's continue with the story and then we'll get back to it. And so I let him smell me, I let it start petting me, and then he kind of jumped on me and then bit my face pretty much twice. And but it happened so fast that I had no idea. I thought he was being playful because a lot of dogs, they like to jump and lick your face. And I had no idea. And he bit my face. I was like, whoa. And then he did it again. And then the little one was like, oh, this is an intruder. I'll bite his leg. So the other one, the smaller one, bit my thigh. And I was like, oh. And then I just saw blood all over my hands. Looked in the mirror, and there was a huge gash on my face. I mean, it looked like it's the size of, I don't know. It's pretty significant. At least for me, I've never gotten bit in the face before, and it was a gaping hole on my face. So I was like, so I went straight to the bathroom and blood everywhere. I was like, just start cleaning it right away and just applying pressure right away, quickly. So I applying pressure, and he's like, whoa, what the hell? And then, his wife came out and was like, what happened? And then, he just bit my face, and, never happened before. They felt really bad. They apologized a lot. And at least from what they told me, the dog, I think, has been rehomed 3 times prior to them there, to their family. And I think it looks like a lab mix. I'm not sure. It looks like an older dog. I have no idea. Like I said, everything happened really, really, really fast. And so said that it never happened before. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I was like, oh, maybe it smelled some dogs because I have dogs, you know. And he was like, well, he's never like that with other dogs. Like, okay. So, and then she was saying that this time of year, with the fireworks going or whatever, he's the dog is anxious, you know, it's full of anxiety, which I understand. And so there was a lot of variables, a lot of questions, but again, I wasn't mad. It wasn't the dog's fault because I'm pretty much a stranger, you know. And I think when I went in the house, the bigger dog wasn't there. Pet the little one's cool. And then I went to the bathroom, and when I came out, my friend was so out of it, didn't introduce me to the bigger dog because it was like, oh, the little one is cool with him, so he's fine. And again, it's no one's fault. It just happened very quickly, and it was pretty early in the morning, and you know, so they felt bad, and we did what we could to my face for my face, and you know, and I think cleaned it up as best as I could, and then put like a it's almost like a sticky for tattoos because they have this pliable kind of clear sticker that you put on your tattoo that I think is fairly new. I forgot what it's called, but they had to put it on my face. And then we went about our day, but I was so shook because it has never happened to me before. I was very on edge the whole day, and I had to be okay the whole day. I had to just run with it. And again, I'm not mad at them. Not I genuinely felt bad because I was like, oh, I felt sad almost because because I hope I didn't, you know, scare the dog, or like I was just trying to figure out, oh, maybe it's me. It's probably me. And, you know, because I'm a stranger, and I don't like that, meaning I love dogs. I have never had a problem with dogs. You know, dogs growl and stuff, which is fine because they don't know you. So they smell you when they're comfortable, they're fine. And most dogs are like that. And they're like a cool family. They're not like at least as far as I know, I know they're not. They're not. Everybody's like super cool in that family, and so it's not. I don't think it's the owners. I pretty sure it's not at all. And so it's just that time of the year. The dog is anxious, being rehomed 3 times prior. So maybe the smell of me, or maybe again, like I was I was a stranger in the house. So it's like I don't know this dude, you know. So I completely understand that, and it was just a bummer because I wanted to. I pride myself of being, you know, like an animal lover, and like in my mind, oh, all animals love me, and it's never like that. All dogs love me. I've never had a problem with dogs, so that really bummed me out personally, you know. And again, it's not the dog's fault because it's just there to protect its family, and I'm the stranger there. And but that was crazy, man. I've never experienced that in my life. It happened so quickly that I was so unprepared for, and I mean, I honestly, genuinely, so grateful that it wasn't my nose. Can you imagine, like the face scar? I can handle. I can handle. I mean, let me just go close. So I mean, I have some Neosporin on it, but if you're on YouTube, you can kind of see up close. But it looks better now. But it was a hole in my face. That creaking was my chair, by the way. So yeah, it was. I was shook, man. I was scared. I was shook for sure because it never happened to me before. And I'm usually pretty good with handling myself, but I just didn't think about it. Like I was I didn't think I was in danger. And that was scary. I was shook. I was anxious all day, just heightened anxiety, heightened everything. I was pumped full of adrenaline. We went out to the range and we started shooting. We started, uh, you know, doing video stuff to start shooting. And the whole time I was thinking, like, okay, what else is going to happen? Because I'm on edge, like I'm just really wary of what's going on. And it didn't ruin my day, but it threw me off a little bit. Came home, told my wife, and she felt really bad, and it was fine. Like I just did my best to take care of it, put super glue to make sure the wound doesn't open up, and just did my best to clean it up. I mean, this is only day 2, so this happened yesterday. So I'm gonna release this on Monday. Today's Sunday. It happened yesterday on Saturday on the 4th. So do the math, So it happened, if you're listening now, on Monday, so it happened 2 days ago. But right now I'm recording, so it happened yesterday. So I was just full of adrenaline and anxiety. And today, like being home, it's like I was on such a high from all that going on, and then now it's like my low. So I genuinely didn't want to do anything today. I genuinely didn't want to record this podcast today because I was just so out of it. And today's my wife and I's anniversary too, July 5th, which is funny. We just randomly sat on the couch and she was like, "Today's our anniversary." I was like, "Oh, happy anniversary." And I think that's the kind of relationship we have. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. We just don't care about stuff like that, We're very non-traditional. So you're like, "Oh yeah, it's on our anniversary," but it's just another day. And it's not like a bad thing. I definitely appreciate her and so grateful for her and to have her in my life. And a lot of the things that I have or that I'm working towards is because of her and because of my determination to take care of myself and the family and stuff, So anyway, back to the story. So I was very heightened. Everything was just on 110. So I was just doing my best to cope, pretty much. And again, I'm not even close to being angry at that my friend or whatever. It wasn't the dog's fault. It wasn't his fault. It was just a bad situation. It just happened, and it was on me too to protect myself, and I didn't because I just wasn't prepared. And that is crazy. You always want to be prepared for anything, but again, it just happened really fast. And he checked up on me. He was like, "Hey, how's your face?" And we're cool. And I know he feels bad. I know his wife feels really bad. And I just had to tell the story. And I could embellish it, but I'm not one to embellish stories like that. But yeah, it was crazy. It's really crazy. Now I'm just trying to get back down to base level, because I'm still a little anxious about everything. And well, this podcast was supposed to be about empathy, so I might do another one. But what I'm wanted to say was the first thing that I was thinking about was about the family and the dog, because I was like, oh, I think they were worried about me, for one, also worried about what I would do, worried about what are we going to do about this dog now? Like, this never happened before. Again, I don't know what he's thinking. I don't know what the family's thinking, but I can only imagine, like, holy crap, like that was very eventful. And so now I know they're probably now on edge as well, and our dog just bit somebody's face, so what do you do? Luckily for them, I'm very empathetic towards stuff like that, because I know it was an accident. I know that it wasn't the dog's fault. It wasn't really anybody's fault. It just happened, it just, And all the dog really did was, in his mind, was like, oh, I need to protect this family. This is an intruder. At least that's what I'm saying to myself to make myself feel better. But also, I feel bad in a sense where, oh, that dog hates me and that bums me out, And so I guess to kind of come back to speaking about empathy, I think that, in my opinion, people are very quick to get theirs. Most people, not everyone. I think most people are good, but most of the time they're out to get theirs, And being empathetic sometimes to some or to most feels like it's a weakness, and it's really not. I think empathy, kindness, and compassion is their strengths that only a very, very, very capable, strong person could understand. You could be proud and be strong and be steadfast and just determined, but also be empathetic, kind, and compassionate. Oops, I didn't want to touch my face. To tie it all together, the first thing that like, at least for me, to kind of think inward a little bit, at least for me, I knew that I was empathetic because the first thing that I thought about when all that happened was about the dog, about the family, that I hope they don't feel too terrible. I mean, and also the fact that they apologize incessantly and just like was shook from it too. So all I have to deal with, I mean, besides anxiety and my face and my fear of that happening again, is okay because I can handle that. It's gonna take some time, but I know I can handle it. It's just another experience, another lesson to be more prepared, But for them, I feel like they're thinking about the dog and they're thinking about, okay, next time somebody shows up, we're gonna have to put the dog away, and like it's. I feel like it's always gonna be in the back of their mind because that is a real thing. Like, oh, my dog bit somebody's face, like that's. I don't know what I would do if one of my dogs did that. And they wouldn't. Like, here's the thing. They said the same thing. He would never have done that. That was a first time thing. So and then I just started thinking about, oh, fuck, what did I do? Did I smell like something or blah, blah, you know what I mean? So it's a constant loop of just emotions. And I think empathy plays a huge part on that because then empathy, in my opinion, because you put yourself in somebody else's shoe, because you don't understand what certain people are going through, because you are doing your best to be prepared. I think being empathetic is also making you prepared for danger, for the impossibilities and the inconsistencies of what's going on. I think being empathetic makes you more prepared. To be completely honest, it might not make sense, but it does to me. I think if you think about what's going on right now, what's going on with everybody else, you empathize with, oh, he grew up this way, or oh, she grew up that way. That's why she's kind of this way. I think it will help you navigate better with your life. I think it'll help you navigate and understand. I think empathy is also, it plays a huge part on emotional intelligence because it plays a huge role on lives, and how you talk to people, navigate and understand human nature in that sense. minus the mental health and minus the trauma of certain people. Sometimes it's hard to know that, and nobody is really an expert, unless we went to school for it and you see it every day. You become a psychologist, whatever, which my wife is. She's a therapist. So, but I think, in my opinion, again, I'm not an expert or anything. I'm not a doctor. I think empathy plays a huge role on being prepared for life and being prepared for anything. Because if you can put yourself in somebody else's shoes, because if you can understand, at least aware of what they're going through in their past and why they are a certain way, it's assumptions and stuff, but at least you would be able to understand, navigate around them, or navigate in the hopes of helping them, in the hopes of surviving. So I think it's important. I was gonna talk about it anyway, but I guess it lined up with what happened to my face. So I don't feel handsome anymore. I'm just kidding. I never do. But now I think I'm taking the week off because I've been doing a lot of physical activity with classes or whatever that I'm training at, and just trying to be prepared. And this was a very unprepared moment. So I'm taking the week off to just come down from the high that has happened and really restructure and mostly just protect your face. Again, very grateful that it wasn't my nose or my ears or anything. This is just a flesh wound on my face, and hopefully I'll get a cool scar from it. And if not, then it's just on my face. But I mean, it doesn't bother me. I think just the having to take care of it and not being able to do certain things right now is a bummer, but it happens, and that is life, my man, my peoples. That's just life, and I think that's okay. I'm safe. I am okay. A few things that I work on, which I will, and I'll be fine. And I hope that my friends' family, I hope they're okay, and I hope that they don't worry about it, hopefully now, because they are empathizing with me. Now they're better prepared for what's to come. If they have a guest in the house, they know, oh yeah, my dog bit somebody's face. Again, that's a huge burden that they're going to have on their end, because I can avoid it. If I were to go over there, whatever, I can be like, hey, put your dogs away because I don't think he likes me still. And I can at least test it out. But, I can avoid it. They can't. Now it's a burden for them. Now I don't want to say a problem, but now it's in the back of their head. But now they can better prepare in the future. So everything happens for a reason, right? At least we hope that that's just how it is. But yeah, I'm going to stop right here. I think I'm going to keep it short. I think this is good where we're at. So I got bit in the face by a dog, and I'm fine. I think it's just another story, another experience, another lesson in my life book. It's another chapter in it. And again, I'm grateful. Oh, yeah, I think I forgot last time, but I was going to do a segment of what I'm grateful for at the end of the pod. So what I'm grateful for is I'm grateful that I still have my face, I still have my nose, I still have my life. I'm grateful for that it gave me the lesson and experience and the empathy of being more prepared in the future, being more wary of my surroundings. And I'm grateful that it's going to make me a better human being for myself and my family in the future. And I hope And I'm also grateful that my friend he was empathetic. He cared. He was like, "I'm so sorry." His wife was like, "I'm really sorry. Like the fact that you're calm right now is blowing my mind." I was like, "It's okay." And he checked up on me today. Hey bud, how's your face? That was good. So it makes me think of how cool they are and that they're good people. It's not they're not obligated to do that. They're like, oh, we messed up. Most people or some people avoid it. They avoid confrontations, and it's not even a confrontation because most people are not. It's very hard for them to admit to their mistake or saying sorry. Some people are like that, and hopefully we can go past that because I think saying that you messed up, saying that you're sorry, saying being empathetic, kind, and compassionate is a motherfucking strength. And I wish and hope that a lot of people are like that. So anyway, I'm grateful for what happened, that I came out of it hopefully a better person, a better human being, and I'm planning on not revamping. I'm planning on working on a few things. I'm gonna start having guests soon, but it's just about getting the gear for it. So I'm working on that. So it'll be fun to have a few people here and talking and having a conversation, a good conversation. So, and also to plug on my own thing before I leave, I'm releasing a new single called On Time on my birthday, July 14th. It's on a Tuesday. And then more singles after that. My goal is to release every month from now on for hopefully for the rest of my life. So we'll see how it goes. So On Time is going to be out July 14th on everything. I will be working on the music video for that as well. I just don't know when I'll be able to because on my face, I was planning on working or doing some footage today, but I don't think I want my face like this in the video. Maybe it'd be cool. Maybe, I don't know. So anyway, you can find me on Instagram at just Zander, and then everywhere else would be at just Zander Gray. I've been pretty active on TikTok as well, as much as I can. And yeah, thanks for listening. Thanks for taking the time. I hope this helps you with the stories that I have and the experiences that I have. If you're on YouTube, please like and subscribe. And if you're on everywhere else that you're listening audio, rate and review for me, please. I would like to do more of this. I genuinely want this pod to grow, and I genuinely want to use this pod to help people and help myself and help as many creators and as many people as I can. So I hope that you take the time to listen, and I hope that there's something that you can take away from it. So anyway, have a good day, and I'll see you next week. Peace. Oh, my love.